I have diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. I take insulin and medication for it, but I want to start my 9 days of religious fasting for the Navaratri. How should I do it? That's the question I'm answering today. I'm nutritionist Deepa, and thank you for joining me. So, for the Indian community, the festival of Navaratri is starting, and I personally really like this festival because it's about a female goddess, and it's about empowering women and really bringing out your best uh, during and beyond this holiday season. So, however, one of the protocol of, or one of the way Indians celebrate Navratri is through fasting. And if you have blood pressure, diabetes, uh, cholesterol, or any other chronic disease conditions, and if you're taking medications for it, then it gets a little tricky. So today I will be talking about do's and don'ts of fasting during Navratri time, or really during any religious related fasting period. So I will be, let's start by talking about the benefits of fasting, and then later on I will be talking about what kind of foods to eat, how to modify some of the recipes so that your blood sugars or your cholesterol, or you don't experience unnecessary symptoms due to fasting. So let's start by understanding the benefits of fasting. Fasting in general is phenomenal, okay, because fasting helps with the healing and repair of our cells, okay, which is very important. So it's kind of promotes the uh, the uh, the renewal process within the body, okay. Secondly, it helps remove the debris, which means it will clean up, it will remove some of the malformed cells such as cancer cells, or any other components or chemicals which are not needed by our cells on a daily basis. So it helps remove the debris, and it helps remove the toxins, okay. These are just some of the benefits of fasting. There are numerous other benefits that we can talk about later on, but today we are going to focus on the 12 to 24-hour fast that a lot of Indian people are doing during these 9 days. Okay, so doing fasting is a good idea. However, we have to be mindful about the traditional foods that we eat during this fasting, which many times mm, make the blood sugars go up too high. Okay, so that's what I'm going to focus on today, as to what are some of the foods that we should focusing on so that the blood sugars don't go up too high, or the blood pressure doesn't drop too low. Okay, the first thing I want to address is about adjusting the medication. Of course, talk to your doctor and ask them or remind them that you will be fasting. So if you're on a long acting insulin or short acting insulin that you take just before the meals, those doses need to go down. Many times I recommend patients to not take the short acting insulin if they are skipping the meal. So just taking the long term insulin probably is a good idea, depending on how much you take and what your numbers are. So monitor your blood sugar numbers little more carefully and more often during fasting time. Blood pressure medication is another one that gets tricky. Uh, if your body is not used to fasting and now suddenly you are going without food, or some people even go without liquid, which I personally think is not a good idea, and then there's a blood pressure drop. So ask your doctor to adjust your blood pressure medication during this time, okay? Cholesterol medication or cholesterol is actually going to improve if you do the fasting correctly, okay? So what is a first do of fasting? First of all, do the fasting, but do it correctly. What does that mean? Focus on high fiber and pretty much no fat, no added fat type of diet. Okay, so what falls under that? Foods such as rasgira or amaranth, but whole. Okay, so if you buy whole amaranth flour, or if you buy whole amaranth, or koda millet, which is whole, that is going to be better than already processed Rajgira based sweets or papads or snack. Okay, so again, if you focus on eating whole foods, that is going to benefit you the most, because the goal here is to get high fiber content, which is going to keep your blood sugars more level than if you are eating just plain potatoes or sabudana or sago or tapioca, which is going to raise your blood sugars and then you crash 2 hours later. That is not going to be a very beneficial pattern long term for your health. Okay, so focusing on whole grains such as rajgira, chestnut, uh, koda millet is going to be important. Then focus on seeds like flax seeds and chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. Okay, these seeds, specifically flax seeds and chia seeds, again are going to contribute to the fiber content of the diet, and it's going to last you. Your blood sugars are going to be more stable. Okay, at the same time, it will provide you with a little bit of protein and healthy fats and fiber that is needed for your body's daily functioning. If you are going to eat potatoes, I would recommend trying sweet potatoes or rathalu or the Indian sweet potatoes or Korean sweet potatoes. And if you can find the purple sweet potatoes, okay, which are in season right now, but most importantly, eat these potatoes with skin on, because the skin on the potatoes is what is going to provide you with the fiber and the potassium. Okay, again, I'm going after high fiber, low fat diet. Okay, I would highly recommend that you do not add any fat, such as oil or ghee, to 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 any of the upwas or the fasting feast, so to speak, that happens at the end of the day. Okay, focus on some nuts. Almonds, walnuts are going to be the best. A lot of peanuts are used. If you are able to tolerate peanuts, that's fine. Eat one Brazil nut per day, not too many. One Brazil nut per day for your selenium requirement. So far we have whole rajgira, whole chestnut flour, whole koda millet. We talked about sweet potatoes, purple potatoes with skin on. We talked about nuts, and we talked about seeds such as flax seeds, chia seed, sunflower seed, pumpkin seeds. Okay. Now, when it comes to reaping the benefits of fasting, it's going to be your vegetable group. I understand that during this time we are limited to eating mm, types of vegetables, but fasting protocol does allow us to use vegetables, low calorically dense vegetables, like more watery vegetables like gourds, right? You have oppo squash or gourd. You can have pumpkin. Um, Cucumber is allowed. Some people even eat carrots. Okay, so if we focus on these type of vegetables as main part of our plate, so so you are roasting your vegetables and then have some high carb food such as potatoes or millet on the side, and you are sprinkling flax seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds on top, you have a perfect fasting meal. Okay. Now, spices are limited to cumin seeds and you know, chilies and stuff like that. So you can definitely work up the flavor. Okay, so this food doesn't have to be um, flavorless, but it needs to be nutritious. Okay, because the fasting will be 100 times beneficial if you accompany the fasting with clean eating habits. Do not make vadas and all the parathas and stuff with a lot of oil and sugar in it. Okay, because all everything that your body will benefit from fasting is specifically that cell repair and renewal that I was talking about. If you fuel your cells with sugar, that the benefit is gone. Okay, so make sure that you are not focusing on sweet uh, treats during this time. If you are, instead of shira or halwa, you can make kheer, because kheer you can make it with plant-based milk along with chia or even squashes and pumpkin. You can make pumpkin kheer, you can make oppo squash kheer, you can make chia pudding, and all this can be made using unsweetened plant milk. I really don't understand during fasting if nothing that is, if animal products are not allowed, then I don't know how we are drinking milk and ghee. It always puzzles me. And I'm still trying to dig into the books and see exactly what was the role of milk or yogurt during fasting if animal products were not allowed. So if anyone of you know, let me know. The other interesting recipe that I have been trying is using crepes or puda or pancake uh, type of dish using the millet flour and chestnut flour, adding lot of cilantro in it. Okay, because remember, cilantro and coconut is allowed. So by adding cilantro, you are getting a lot of good vitamins again, vitamin A and vitamin C, and you can make it savory by adding cumin and chilies and salt in it. So if you just make like these pudas or these thin crepes with this mixture, you are getting another fantastic nutritional meal out of it. So work on, try to incorporate foods again high in fiber, low in fat, and pretty much no added fat and sugar. Last but not least, dry fruits. Okay, figs, dry plums or prunes are going to be good. Uh, Papaya is going to be good. Pineapple is going to be good. Kiwi, oranges. So these citrusy type of fruits are going to be more beneficial than bananas and grapes and apples. Okay, the citrus fruits or the dark flesh fruits like papaya or kiwi provide us with lot of antioxidant and lot of nutrients. So if you're just going to have one meal in a day, it might as well be a most nutrient dense meal to have. Okay, so the more colorful your upwas or your fasting meal looks, the better it's going to be for you. Okay, so that's another way to look at it, is how many vegetables and fruits you have in the plate versus the starchy traditional foods that a lot of people end up having, like sabudana khichdi and or tapioca khichdi or tapioca dishes, which are extremely high in simple carbohydrates. And so that's pretty much my um, 2 cents on how you can successfully do the Navaratri fasting without really adversely affecting your blood pressure, your diabetes, and cholesterol. Okay, I hope during this fasting season, you will again focus on eating clean, nutrient dense, high fiber, low fat foods that I talked about, and your need for the medications will go down, and you will continue to follow the similar protocol once the 9 days of fasting is over, and that will eventually will lead to you going off of medications, or at least your numbers improving. Okay, so take this Navaratri season as a new beginning to maybe start making some lifestyle changes, because I personally feel this particular festival is about a goddess who was into self-care and empowerment and betterment of ourselves and those around us. Okay, so on that note, I bid you a happy Navaratri. Enjoy, do the Garba. Garba is going to be the exercise part of the fasting, which is just going to double the benefits of fasting. So I enjoy enjoy the Garba. Garba is the Indian traditional dance we do during this time. Of course, because of the COVID, we won't be doing it. I'll be missing seeing my patient, friends, family doing Garba, but maybe I can do it and we can do it on Zoom. So that's for now. Happy Navratri. And if you have any questions, please send us in the comment or email us or call us. You can watch the video of this podcast on YouTube as well and Facebook. Thank you always for sending me your questions and being in touch with me and all the support. Thank you. Take care and see you soon.